All right, welcome back to another Wednesday. As you can see, we're back in the shop.
Yep.
Doing more stuff to the JL.
Never ends. What I had Bob do is go online and get us some new headlights that have the turn signal ring built into that.
The other thing too, I mean, so they're just headlights, but these stock halogen headlights are junk. Yeah. I cannot see anything at night.
One thing I've learned about this whole headlight game is they're all made in China.
Yeah.
I don't care what brand you buy, they pretty much all come from China. I'm not saying there might not be one or two boutique companies out there that might build an American headlight. I don't know who the hell they are. I don't even care. So Bob jumped online, found us. Now these are supposed to be 9-inch headlights, not 7-inch headlights with a trim ring.
I did not want 7-inch in a trim ring. I wanted 9-inch.
I'm hoping.
This much.
9 inches is that much.
Well, they look 9-inch just from
Don't ever tell anybody different. And they look like 9 inches.
They look like 9 inches.
I'm going to say it looks like 24 inches, according to my tape measure I'm used to using. Those are huge. Those are absolutely huge. And it's got the LED ring on it. Let's peel this off. So that's what we're going to throw in. Should be a real quick, simple, easy install. Just pop the grill out, slap them in, and be rock and roll, ready to go.
All right, so we got the grill off, well, mostly off enough-ish to get the lights out.
Doesn't come off really easy because we got a winch and a bumper in the way, and so we're cheating because we don't want to take all that crap apart.
No, but there's plenty of room. But I did see Ken go back to the other room and grab a bit of wire here, and I was asking why, because it came with some janky wire.
Because the lights actually are impressive. They're actually a really well-built light.
All aluminum in the back.
Yeah, they're actually
got some heft to them,
they're
too.
Actually a pretty darn good white. The wiring is a dead telltale that the crap came from China. So we're ditching that. I'm actually going to put some better connectors on here. Butt connectors with some shrink wrap. The spade connectors that it came with are less than amazing. So we're just going to rewire it preemptively because we don't like it. So, all in all, I think they're actually pretty darn sweet. I like the fact they're an actual true 9-inch light. They just literally bolt, plug and play. Great little headlight upgrade. Super, super easy to install. So, let's move on to the next thing we're going to do right now. All right, so headlights are in. Next install is something, a product that I love. And we used quite a darn bit on our last big trip we went on.
That was our first experience, right? That was you put one in your JL, and I thought it was awesome, so then I put one in my TJ just before we left for our trip.
Yep.
That was the first time you had experienced them too. I think you found them at SEMA last year before?
Found them at SEMA, I think a couple years ago now. Yeah, about 2 years ago roughly. And talked to them quite a bit at SEMA, looked the product over. Awesome people to talk to, real knowledgeable, just good people. Good company to work with, they make a good product. It's Updown Air System.
Now, I will say in both of ours, we had the Gen 1 system, whatever that means. This is the newer Gen 2. I don't know what the difference is. Do you have any idea? It is.
Yep, it is Gen 2. So yes, the difference is the controller and the air gauge.
There you
go. So that is the difference between the Gen 1 and the Gen 2. You're right, I do have the Gen 1 in my J.
I have it in my TJ as well, so I have no idea what the difference is, but apparently you do.
Very minor. It's more of a functionality difference as far as the mechanics of the controller itself.
Okay.
So as far as how you use it, that won't change.
Yep.
It'll be identical to that. The gauge won't be quite as touchy as what it was.
Okay.
Be a little more accurate, probably, I'm going to guess.
That's good.
But, so yeah, we're gonna get this installed. We already know for a fact we're gonna run into one snag that we're gonna have to work through. So because of the Genesis dual battery system, the reason I know this is because I have all this on my jail already. I already have the Genesis battery system, I already have the Updown Air, so I've already worked through and sorted this all out. The way this mounts, it usually mounts right on the side of the fender on the passenger side, right above the battery. But with the Genesis dual battery kit, this no longer fits. So what I did is I moved it up by the cowl. So I actually take the whole entire controller from them, I take it completely apart, which is annoying, but not difficult. And then I refabricate the whole entire bracket to mount it in a different location. The way you're gonna do all the routing, everything still works, but if you have a Genesis, this is gonna take a little bit more time. If you're still running a stock battery system, it's literally bolt in, plug and play.
Yeah, so yeah, you'll see in the video all the hacking and everything else that we're doing to that bracket. Yep. Not normally a concern, you won't have to do that.
Yep.
Again, if you...
We're changing so much crap, it's impossible to figure that all these manufacturers are gonna make their stuff cross-compatible. It's not gonna happen.
Well, and we were worried about some of the other stuff too, you know, fitting and where, you know, position under the hood where a lot of this stuff was gonna go. So we knew that we were gonna get into some of this, you know, even before we got started.
Absolutely, absolutely. So let's get this thing put in. It is a pain in the butt to install. It takes a lot of time because you have to run air hoses to the rear, you gotta do a whole bunch of crap. We modify the installation versus their instructions as far as where we put the air fittings and stuff like that. It's just because I'm really picky and I can. So
let's open it up.
Let's put it in.
So normally it would mount here. Is that correct, Eric?
Yes.
Where am I at? Right here.
Right
Right on
in that
those
area.
two. But we bent the bracket and we are going to position it here and there as soon as he takes that other, right there. We're gonna drill a little hole so we can mount it and it'll live right there because, as Ken said, of the dual battery kit, the bracket here for the battery box gets in the way.
Get used to it. Go to your hole.
Too bad you can't flip it over and put it on the other way, you know?
The two spot welds. Right about here. I'll go a little higher. A little higher.
All right, so as with anything, Ken can't seem to just leave stuff alone. So as we're installing this Updown Air Kit, you can see he's back to the battery tray making modifications. Ken, what type of modifications are you making and why in the middle of an Updown Air Kit installation?
This just flops around, it pisses me off. I want to put a zip tie right there, so made holes.
Okay, so you made holes, but can you give us an update on where we're at with this Updown Air System and some of the, again, can't leave well enough alone modifications that you're making to this system other than hacking the bracket and changing the location of the mounting?
I can't leave anything the hell alone. We've actually got the front corner plumbed on each side. I'm just getting ready to finish the placement of this hose because I don't like how it sits. That's not how it sits. It won't be there when I'm done in a brief moment. And then we just got to run the lines to the rear. I'm gonna run them all the way down to the rear. We're gonna come up in through the taillight area probably somewhere maybe. Then I'm gonna mount these other valves for the rear corners inside the vehicle.
Not where the instructions tell you to put them.
Here's my thoughts on the instructions. That's cute. It's not how we're doing this. So.
And what is your reasoning for, so the kit, before we throw it away, says to mount these
under the fender.
Under the fender well,
so
right?
The problem
outside.
Is, yep. They're susceptible, like if you picked up rocks, logs, anything. If you pick something up with your tire and throw it up in there, you're going to smash, you're going to hurt it, and you can dent it. It's going to get covered in mud, dust, debris, sand, you name it. It's all going to get, granted, there's a cap on it, but not to sound kind of pretentious, but I'm not always wearing wheeling clothes and work clothes and don't always want to have to get nasty.
Yep.
And sometimes we're like in some super crazy deep mud. Last time we were at the Badlands, holy crap, would you want to reach underneath your vehicle?
No,
I
absolutely
wouldn't,
not.
though.
Absolutely not. And to just kind of piggyback off of that, I don't plan on keeping the stock fenders or the stock fender liners, so the placement that they had in the instructions aren't going to work for me anyway.
Right, they wouldn't work for me anyway. And I knew that
Yep.
a year and a half ago when I put my kid in.
Yep, yep.
So I like it's under the hood. It's out of harm's way. It's still going to get dirt, dust on it, but not going to be just covered in
In mud.
gobs of mud. And then the ones in the rear, I mean, they're in the interior of the vehicle. They're never going to get dirty even. So it's just a little better placement for us. I'm not saying that the company didn't make a good choice. They made a good choice that'll fit majority of the general public. It just doesn't work for us.
Yeah.
Now, let's do the rear.
Let's do the rear.
Enigma Production.